This is Hamza here. So today we're gonna cover a very special topic. So we're gonna talk about English idioms that Americans are using them, let's say, in their everyday life. So this conversation is for intermediate and advanced people. So lesson number one is about Bob's day at work. Bob's day at work. So we're gonna talk about what happened to Bob at work. So Bob works as a manager in a furniture store. Peter, his boss, is not happy about sales. Bob's new advertising campaign hasn't helped. Peter decides to fire him. So here we're gonna discover what's the main problem between Bob and Peter and what happened at work. Okay? So here we can notice that Peter is the manager, so Peter decides to fire him. Him is for Bob, so Peter decides to fire Bob. It's about advertising campaign, it's about sales. Okay, so we are going to read this conversation and then we're going to discover what happened later. Okay, so here Peter says, Bob, I hate to break the news, but our sales were down again last month. So here the idiom or the first idiom is break that news. So break the news means to make something known. To make something known. كما كنقولوا احنا بالدارجة ما كنبغيش انني نحرق ما كنبغيش نحرق عليك. اوكي ما كنبغيش نحرق عليك بمعنى كنكره انني نخليك تعرف هاد الحاجة هادي. اوكي اولا مثلا فاش كتبغي تمشي عند شي واحد تقول لي شوف راه ما بغيتش نحرق لك الامور ولكن راه المبيعات عندنا راه طايحين. فاش قال لي هو هنا قال لي I hate to break the news. I hate to break the news. But our sales were down again last month. So here the main problem is about sales and sales are going down and down again. Okay? So Bob says, down again, Peter. Yeah, these days everybody's shopping at our competition. Honest AB's furniture store. So the competitor of Peter is Honest AB's. So it's also a furniture store. So the competitor of Bob and Peter is the store of AB, Honest AB's furniture store. So maybe the name of the manager of this furniture store called AB, maybe, so I don't know. But the name of the store is AB, Honest AB, okay? Bob says, but everything in there costs an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg. So when we say something costs an arm and a leg, which means very expensive. Okay? So when we say costs an arm and a leg, which means very, very expensive. So Peter here says, that's true. They do charge top dollar. They do charge top dollar. So the meaning of top dollar here means the highest end of a price range or a lot of money. So they charge a lot of money. So he wants to say that the furniture of Honest AB is really expensive. Okay, and then Bob says, and their salespeople are very strange. They really give me the creeps. So the next idiom, which is to give someone the creeps, which means to create a feeling of disgust or horror. So maybe this person is disgusting, or maybe is scaring. So when we say this person is giving me the creeps, which means this person is disgusting or he make me feel scared. And then Peter says, that's true. They do charge top dollar. They do charge top dollar. So here, the meaning of top dollar here means a lot of money. A lot of money. So they charge a lot of money. Maybe the furniture of Honest AB is really expensive. So that's why Peter says they do charge top dollar. So top dollar means a lot of money. And their salespeople are very strange. They really give me the creeps. So here Bob says, and their salesperson. So the salesperson or the salespeople are people who are working in a place or in a store or wherever. So they are responsible of sales. So they sell things. So the salespeople are very strange. They really give me the creeps. So when we say to give one or to give someone the creeps means to create a feeling of disgust or horror. So maybe they are disgusting, or they make me feel afraid, or they scared me. Okay? So, and their salespeople are very strange. They really give me the creeps. They really give me the creeps. So, and then, well, they must be doing something right over there. Meanwhile, we're about to go belly up. So, the next idiom, which is about to go belly up. So to go belly up means to go bankrupt. To go bankrupt. So the meaning of going bankrupt, which is having no money, if less. Bankruptcy. Bankruptcy هو الإفلاس. To go bankrupt, which means أنك تولي مفلس. $0, 0 dirham. Okay? And then Bob says, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my new advertising campaign would save the day. I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my new advertising campaign would save the day. So the meaning of save the day here in this expression means to prevent a disaster. To prevent a disaster. So he thought that his advertising campaign maybe would save the company. Okay? So that's why he said, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my new advertising campaign would save the day. And then Peter says, let's face it. So here, the next idiom, which is let's face it, means let's accept it. So let's accept it. Let's face it means let's accept it. And when we say let's face it, so it's like we are accepting something which is really hard to be accepted. So we are accepting a difficult reality, which is really hard. So let's face it means to accept a difficult reality. So let's accept it. So your advertising campaign was a real flop. So real flop means a failure. Okay? A failure. So sometimes we can say also was a flop. So we can say a real flop or just a flop. So let's face it, your advertising campaign was a real flop. Flop or a real flop means a failure. كانت فاشلة. Okay? So الحمل الإعلاني advertising campaign يعني كانت فاشلة. So let's face it, your advertising campaign was a real flop. And then Bob says, well, then I'll go back to the drawing board. I'll go back to the drawing board. To go back to the drawing board is an idiom that means to start a task over because the last try failed. Or we can say to start again from the beginning. To go back to the drawing board means to go or to start again from the beginning. Let's start again. Let's do it again. Okay? So I'll go back to the drawing board means I will start again from the beginning. I will start again from zero. And then Peter says, it's too late for that. You're fired. So when we say you're fired, it's like we are letting him go. We are letting him go. Which means أنت مطرود. Okay? So you're not going to work with us anymore. There's no place for you with us. مطرود. You are fired, which means مطرود. So what? You're giving me the axe. So you are giving me the axe, which means you are firing me. You are firing me. هل تطردني? You are giving me the axe. بمعنى you are firing me. أنت تطردني. Yes, I've already found a new manager. So I've already found a new manager. She is as sharp as a tack. So when we say someone who is sharp as a tack, which means really or very excellent, very intelligent, or very smart. So here Peter says that I've already found a new manager, so she's as sharp as a tack. She's as sharp as a tack. Very intelligent. Bob says, can't we even talk this over? Can't we even talk this over? So, talk this over means to discuss. Can't we even discuss? And then he says, after all, I've been working here for 10 years. I've been working here for 10 years. So here, after all means despite everything. بمعنى على الرغم من كل شيء. واخا قاعد شي قاع كامل. After all, I've been working here for 10 years. دونك انا بحال قال لي كنت خدام هنا 10 سنين هذيك لمدة 10 سنوات. Peter says there's no point in arguing Bob. There's no point in arguing Bob. There's no point which means there's no there's no reason. There's no reason to. There's no reason to. ليس هناك أي سبب للجدال يا بوب. I've already made up my mind. So when we say made up my mind, so which means I've already took a decision, or I've already decided, or I've already reached a decision. So to make up someone's mind, which means to reach a decision or to decide. بمعنى قال هنا راني قررت ديجا. And then he says, oh, well, at least I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Goodbye to you and goodbye to this dead-end job. At least I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Goodbye to you and goodbye to this dead-end job. So the word at least here means anyway. Or we can say the good thing is that. So the good thing is that I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Or we can say, anyway, I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Goodbye to you and goodbye to this dead-end job. So the meaning of dead-end job, which means a job that won't lead to anything else. We can say a useless job. A job that won't work anymore in the future. A dead-end job. A job that won't lead to anything else. So there's no future for this job. And then Peter says, please leave before I lose my temper. So here he says, please leave before I lose my temper, which means please go ahead before I become very angry. Okay, to become very angry, which means to lose your temper or to lose someone's temper. So here it says, please leave before I lose my temper. So I will read it again from the beginning. Okay. And then it's your turn to record this session or to record this dialogue and send it to me on WhatsApp. Okay. So let's read again, guys. Bob works as a manager in a furniture store. Peter, his Bob is not happy about sales. Bob's new advertising campaign hasn't helped. Peter decides to fire him. Peter, Bob, I hate to break the news, but our sales were down again last month. Down again, Peter? Yeah, these days, everybody's shopping at our competition. Honest AB's furniture store. But everything there costs an arm and a leg. That's true, they do charge top dollar. And their sales are very strange, they really give me the creeps. Well, they must be doing something right over there. Meanwhile, we're about to go belly up. I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my new advertising campaign would save the day. Let's face it, your advertising campaign was a real flop. Well, then I'll go back to the drawing board. It's too late for that, you're fired. What? You're giving me the axe? Yes, I've already found a new manager. She's as sharp as a tack. Can we even talk this over? After all, I've been working here for 10 years. There's no point in arguing, Bob. I've already made up my mind. Oh, well, at least I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Goodbye to you, and goodbye to this dead-end job. Please, leave before I lose my temper. So now we have reached the end, guys. So it's your turn. So please try to use these idioms in some expressions or maybe some conversations. And then, so don't forget, guys, to record this conversation and send it to me. So if you have guys any questions, I will leave them in a comment below. Ciao, ciao.